Hello future tech leaders, I am Sindhuja. Based on my own experience, I know that learning the right skills can shape our future. What if I say learning was as thrilled as the tech world itself? There we go. A CloudFoundation, that's exactly what you will experience. From day one, you will be immersed in the interactive sessions and expert-led courses that covers most of the widely used technologies in the zone of data science to cloud computing, which brings more light to the life of a techie. I'm so excited to help you and unlock the true potential of a technology. Well, then why to wait? Let's see what it unfolds.
Now let us go into the permission group. Again, when I go here back into the system, and when I go here, I can go again from the admin center, but there also you can find the managed permission group. If I go to permission group from here, when you go into the permission group, you can find the ID, the group name, the user type, static or dynamic. I will be at the member last point if I find. Most importantly, we will focus on the group name and this one, static or dynamic one. While creating the group or if the permission group, when we go and create a permission group, you can see there are two types where we can able to go and create. One is a static one and one is a dynamic one. What is a static one? When you are creating a group, before going into static and dynamic, let me go and take into any of the permission group how the permission group look like. Then we can go into the static and dynamic group. Again, I am going into system admin and going and searching system admin will be there as well. For an admin, we will be there. When I go into the super element, when you click on a create new or existing any of the permission group, when you click on it will take you into this page. This page is divided in two parts. One is definition and one is granted population. Definition. When you go and see, you can see the group name. Here we need to define the group name and here below that again there are two sections. One is choose group name and the second one is exclude these people from the group. Generally at second section we are using it very less as per our requirement. Mostly we will be focusing on the first section, that is the choose this group name. When you go into the choose this group name, once you have deleted a group, we need to add a member. When we have started the RBP, we have seen that RBP is divided into two parts, permission group and permission group right. And the permission group is again divided into two parts, that is granted population and the target population right. When you are defining the granted population, we have to define who are the granted population. Either it can be a specific role or it can be a group of members. Here, when you are creating a permission group, initially you are specifying the members here. How you will specify the member with the help of the people pool. When you go into the people pool, you can see here there are various ways of defining the members or adding members. When you go and see here, you can see here there are various categories. You can go with job title, you can go with the hire date, you can go with the location position. You can go with username. According to that, you can able to add the members. If you see here for the super element, they have taken as a username and this username has been added here. That is the reason. When you click on the update, the 15 members will be showing here. When you click on the 15 member, I can see the first name, last name, the job code and the location details will be. That is, if I hear these other members, they have taken on the basis of the username. If you want to add somebody into this group, you can click on here and you can see already these members are there. If you want to delete somebody, you can able to pick on delete here. If you want to add any member, you can able to specify the member here. You pick on here, you will show the member here and you can click on the checkbox which will give it the permission. It will be added and the permission will be granted it. It will include it in this member. Earlier it is 50, it will be further added to the 60. Either into the implementation or into the support, you have to do the same process. Whenever a new employee or a new team member is joining, if you need to give the permission to have all the access, there will be already some super element, and for that super element already you will be having the access and that super element group. We need to add that member who has been joined in our team. When you add that member, whatever the permission these existing users are having by default, those permissions will be given to the new member also. Mostly the focus is on the people pool. When you are creating a group and with the purpose of this, you can able to add the member. For adding the member, these are various ways. You can take the username. You can take the user location department division. These are the categories where you can able to. It will help us to fill the member and to add that member in the group. Any questions herein? It is clear. This process which you are adding something when you are creating now you are creating a group here by specifying the group name. And you are adding the member with the help of certain categories from the people pool. This type of creating the group is called no lesser dynamic group, whereas you are creating it manually. Once it is been created, this process is called a dynamic group, and once it is created, you can see here it will specify that this is a dynamic or static one. Whenever you go and click on the create new, and when you click on the create new, specifying the group name, adding the members with the help of certain categories, this process from create new, it is called lesser dynamic one. Static one is something where you are using this import static group where you will be downloading a blank template and that blank template will be filling all the information and choosing the file, and you will be importing it while letting an import in it. What is the difference between the static and dynamic? Is that once you create it with the help of create new, that is the dynamic one. In the future, if you are making some changes in the existing permission group, changes means you are adding a new member or you are replacing a new member. What you will do, you will click on here and you will go here and you can able to click on and you can able to add or replace it. This is possible with the help if you have done already in a dynamic mode. But in a static mode, if you are going and doing it, it will not get updated. If you have created some group with the help of a static one, then call changing and modification. Also, you have to download the template, update that is update that details in the CSV file and then import it. When you import it, then it will that where data will be replaced in the existing data which is already there in the system. 99%. If you go and see in the system the customer, it will be the dynamic one only because they always go with the create game. But we always also have an option of importing with the help of a CSV format. That is the thing, it is known as a static one. If you are going, it is import static view. Any questions here? Whenever, if you are an implementation side, if you are implementation content, and if you are going and creating the group. When you are going and implementing, when you are doing the implementation, what you call? And when you're gathering the requirement, when you're setting up the permission group and the permission rule. First of all, we need to go and create the permission group. The first step is to go and create the permission group. And the second step is to go and create the permission rule. This is the step which we need to follow. Let's go and create first of all our own permission group, and then we go and create a permission. Is it understood the concept of the pollution role and permission group, which I try to explain to you separately. When you go into the permission group, even here also suppose, and you go and take any of the permission group. While creating, we can able to go and see, but some permission groups. Let me delete it that it does not be any confusion. Let me go and take it here. We hear it new if I'm just going something and specifying a group name as this one is here. And I need to add a member. What I will do, I will open a user here to have understanding. And next I will go and take, and I will go to all the knowledge and information. Here you can see the company business will be division. All this information. While creating it, I can directly in that type the username as Alex also. But let me show you how I will go in a very detailed process of creating the group. I will take the company name as 5100. Here do we have the company name because there are certain changes. Let's go and take the company name. I can see the company here. What the hell is that? I need to take some other category. There is a country in the outside. No, not the country, but the company name. How many? That is the thing, I will take a location here. What is the location here? This is the location. Let me search this location for PDS. And I will paste it here. Search for the location. I will push it here this month. I will push it on the location. Let me search here. Still location is function. If that is the thing, if it is not taking the location and the department, let me check if department is there or not. If I'm taking the department, department is there. Let me search for the department also. With code here. We can check the department. I will select it and I will click on done. And now I have to refresh it by clicking on update. How many members are showing? I'm giving these members as the group members for the leadership group and I will click on done. We can see the full active members are showing here. And I can go. And now when I go here, this is coming under definition. But granted permission goal, it is totally blank right now. Because I have not created any permission goal. What I will do now, I will already have a duplicate screen. I will go to the permission goal. And what I will do, I will do the year to Google by clicking on the near queue. And after that I will specify here also the same thing. Run as here are more investors. Maybe I should go. I will go now. I created the name and description. Click on the permission. When you people will go and do it while adding the member you add. The member which you have created from your own nose. Don't take the member which is already there in the system. In the permission group, when you add a member, suppose you are keeping a single member also, but that number should be created by your own. You have a more accuracy, and after that, when you go and create a permission role, when you come by taking on permission here, we have seen the three main categories. One is employee central effective data, then we have employee view, and also we have employee data. When you go into these employee central effective data and employee data, you have view and edit option. Yes, don't give the edit option. Only give the view option. You are giving the view option and finally mapping this permission to the member which is there in that particular group which you have created. Now we have a member. How many members are there? 4 members are there. When I will proxy to any of this 4 member and after the proxy into it, I will go into their account, right? After going into their account, now it is whose account? My account, right? It is my account. when I enter into their account, after I am taking into their account, when I search for any of the user while opening an employee profile, I should only see the view option, not the edit option. Because in the non-effective data portals for employee data, I have given the view option. This is one of the scenario. First, we need to check. How we need to check? Because see, if you're taking some data which is already there in the system, what will be? The consequence is that maybe that employee profile for which you are adding into the group, that employee profile will be also connected with some other permission. Although you are giving a view permission here, when you are testing, you will find that that user is also having edit permission. But I have only given the view permission. The reason is that because that user may be also connected with other permission rule. And that permission rule is also overlapping with your permission. That is the reason that when you're processing that user is also getting the edit option. Got it. That is the reason whenever you try from your end, make sure that you create your own profile. And I will also tell you other configuration tool in our BP that you will be clear that to check that this user is not connected with any of the other permission rules. How to check the permission laws, that trick also I will. That configuration tool also I will share with you. Now, when you're creating a permission rule, you have selected something as a view permission here initially. And then further, I'm going here for employees and player left to later. And here also I'm going and giving the view permission. View permission or view history. But I'm not giving the edit permission. I'm not giving it. These two areas I'm giving it. And after that I will click on done. You can see whatever the permission which we have set up, those permissions will be showing here in the screen. This is the second step. Now, when you scroll down, it will take you into the third step. Can you see the third step? Grant this role to. Grant this role to specifies the granted population and the target population. For that, when you click on the Add of tab here, it will specify which role you want to grant this role. This is the granted population. Specify the target population. The ended population can be done either on the permission group or on the rules. Can you see the rules? Standard rules. If you are giving SMM manager by default, it will be applicable to all managers. System will never distinguish or never define that it is HR manager finance for their manager. It will. System will only take SM manager only. If you have a permission, which we have created, go and select that permission. Search for that permission. I have created something as a best run as GR right. Leadership. Best. SSGR. Let me type and let me search it. You can see this one. Finally, what initially I am doing, I am creating a role, defining a role and mapping that role through that particular granted population with the help of adding the permission move or by the single loop. Here I am adding the group and pick on done. Now this part is completed. Now we always also have one more option. Allow their managers to have the same permission. We have a full members in this group. These 4 members, manager also should have the same permission which this user is having if that is also the scenario from the customer. We have this option and we can select level 1 or level 2. Level 1, level 2 means manager or manager. Manager got it. Suppose this members who are there in this group, we are giving this permission to these members right by mapping this best run as GR by selecting the permission group. Now we see the same permission. We need to give it to their managers also. Then we go and select this option, allow the managers to have. Now, when we are selecting the option here, system will ask you what is that level. Level 1 means managers, manager, right? Level 2 means managers, managers, manager, like that. One level up, it will go some. If that is the thing, we will go and select that particular level. If the scenario is coming from the customer, this option is there, but it is optional. If they are not coming with this option, we can ignore it and keep it very simple. Once the Ganted the population is being done, then for the target population, we have a 2 option, everyone or target user. Now, these members have the permission called this permission, new permission, ready permission, whatever permission which we are giving. Now, this user will access for which set of employees, all the employees who are there in this system or any target population. If any target population, then select the target population and select from here the particular department division location we can able to select from here. These 4 members will be specifically working on the employees' target population for that particular location, department, division. If that is the scenario, if you are selecting this radio button, if you are selecting everyone means this employee will have the access for all employees which is been hired in this system. And finally, do not forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel.